Welcome to the latest edition of Sports Court, where this week we're arguing the case, what should the Pistons do with the first overall pick in the NBA draft?
Testimony.
The choice is obvious. You take Cade Cunningham. He's the do-it-all player out of Oklahoma State. He can play 4 positions. You can run the offense through him. He can play off the ball. People say he is the consensus #1 pick in the draft. And if there's anything that we've learned, when you got a consensus #1 guy, that's who you take with the #1 pick. You do not mess around.
I think what the Pistons need are, quite frankly, a lot of things. And by trading away that top pick, you get possibly more draft picks this year, more draft picks down the line. It can only help your team and not put so much pressure on just one guy to come in and turn things around.
Cross-exam. Mike, this is the NBA. All you need is one guy to turn things around. Wouldn't you agree that getting more picks could get you more players? But ultimately, if you got one marquee guy, shouldn't you take that guy?
You know what? Absolutely. But I don't look at Cade Cunningham as a Shaquille O'Neal type guy or a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant. He's a really, really, really good guy. But is he the type of guy that's going to turn around a franchise? I'm not sure. He's only played 1 year in college. There's weaknesses to his dribbling game. He's not that explosive. I've got questions around it. Plus, Jamal, perhaps, I don't know, what do you think about this? Trading for maybe a guy that's been a couple of years in the league, someone that's proven, someone that's looking for a fresh start. You know that guy, what he's going to give you, right? Isn't that a little bit a better option than maybe going with someone you don't know?
Getting the experience from a player of that caliber would be amazing, but that would be expensive. At this point of the restoration, you're trying to shed salaries and build cheaply. Picking the #1 overall pick will allow you to do that, as opposed to bringing in an expensive free agent.
Closing arguments.
Look no further than the 2013 NBA draft. The Cleveland Cavaliers held the #1 pick, and there were a lot of future stars in that draft. They chose the Canadian Anthony Bennett, who is quickly flamed out of the NBA and is without argument the worst #1 pick in the history of the draft. That year there was no consensus pick, so maybe you can't blame Cleveland. This year, there is a consensus player above all else. His name is Cade Cunningham. Pistons fans already know him as a 6'8" forward who can do it all. They're looking forward to seeing him in the red, white, and blue. Don't overthink this, Troy Weaver. You take Cade Cunningham.
Come on now. For every guy like that, you have guys that people thought were the game changers. The Kwame Browns, the Michael Olowokandis. Oh, I'm going to do it. Darko Milicic. I had to do it. There's no such thing as a guarantee, and I think the Pistons should be a little smarter about this than just making that pick. Do the trade.
The verdict. And now the ball is in your court, jury at home. What's your verdict?
We want to hear what you have to say, so head to the 13 on Your Side Facebook page and let us know what you think.
And we hope to see you back on jury duty next week in Sports Court.